Hello, and welcome back to Clay's 50 Film Challenge! My name is Clay Johnson, and I am continuing my 50 Film Challenge with film number 9, Connie and Carla, as suggested by Jody Woodruff. Thank you very much, Jody. So this film came out in 2004. It is a comedy. You can figure that out in the first 5 seconds of watching the film. The plot is it is basically about these two women, Connie and Carla, who have always wanted to be performers, but they're basically like working in like airport lounges and things like that, and they're not doing very well. Their careers are not taking off. They do a song and dance act, and it's just, not doing anything for them. And they end up seeing a murder and get involved in, basically end up running from crime type people. And they decide to go to LA and end up finding a drag show and deciding that they should pretend to be drag queens and actually end up, having a successful drag show routine, all while hiding out from these gangster people. So it's basically a Sister Act, except you replace the convent with a drag show. So I have to be honest, when I first I saw this on the list and I looked it up and I was reading about it, I honestly didn't think I was going to like this movie at all. I assumed that it was going to descend into just pure silliness. And I have to say I was pleasantly surprised. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I expected to. There were definitely moments that made me cringe a little bit. A few things that I think were mishandled, but for the most part, it made me. I enjoyed it. I had a good time watching this movie. I will say the first 10 minutes of this movie, the setup, basically to this film, was not. I mean, it almost felt like the tone felt like a completely different movie. The humor in that part of the film ranged from goofy to downright stupid. It felt like it was trying to set itself up as a screwball comedy, but a lot of the jokes didn't land and were just dumb. And like I said, I mean, I was starting to bury my head in my hands. I was like, oh, this is not going to be fun. But once the movie really kicked off, once they started getting involved with the drag show and the drag characters got involved, it actually became a lot of fun. And the movie, with something as with a subject as the drag community involved, you would hope that there would be some sort of commentary, and there is a little bit. The film touches on points of poignancy, and then it usually moves along real quick. I will say there are some things they decide to make a stance on a lot of different things. Some of those feel like random PSAs that don't necessarily feel part of the narrative. But then there are some that definitely are. I will say in my opinion, one of the best parts of the film, there is a subplot between one of the characters, Robert / Peaches, and his estranged brother, played by David Duchovny. I forgot to mention Connie and Carla. Connie is played by Nia Vardalos, and Carla is Toni Collette. But yes, the estranged brother, played by David Duchovny. His character's name is Jeff. Basically, they're kind of meeting and having a reconciliation for the first time. And I think they said like 10 or 15 years. I mean, I don't want to go too far into that plot because unfortunately there's not a ton to it. I wish there was more because, like I said, that actually was the most interesting part of the film for me. I would have liked to see more of their relationship, more of that kind of repairing going on. The few scenes that they do get, for the most part, are pretty solid, and I really enjoyed. I just would have liked them to go a little bit more into that story. But I mean, like I said, for the most part, it's pretty good. There are a couple cringeworthy moments. I can't. Besides the awkward comedy at the beginning, and there are a couple of like side things that people do on the side that are like, that's weird. Why was that needed? There are a couple of I mean, this was made in 2004, so a couple of those side things seem slightly homophobic. I mean, like I said, they're so short that they don't measure into the plot, and it makes me wonder why they're even there. But I mean, overall, I enjoyed it. It wasn't amazing. I feel like there were a couple of things that could have been punched up, and it could have been a great movie. But as it stands, I just feel like it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I liked it. But I wasn't 100% blown away, and I felt like I could have been. So I am going to rate this one. Let's see. I am going to give this two drag wigs. Sorry, I can't think of anything better than that. But I did enjoy this. Like I said, it didn't blow me away. I felt like there was the potential for a little bit more. I feel like had this been made, at a different time, either earlier on by an independent or later on, like, now, it could have pushed things a little farther and would have been a really good film. But as it stands, it's a fun movie. If you just want to sit down and watch something enjoyable that's just kind of a laugh and, gives you pause and thoughts, here and there, it's a good one. So yeah, check this film out. And as always, if you want to comment, if you agree or disagree with me, feel free to let me know in the comments. Other than that, I will be back hopefully soon with the 10th film, which is 1939's The Women. So looking forward to that. Thank you guys, as always, for watching, and I will see you later.